Hello, and welcome to Glitter Goddess Yoga. Um, just got a few announcements. So I just wanted to shout out Providence Community Libraries for making these classes happen. Shouts out to them. You can check out their programming on their PCL. Oh, you can look up their programming on the PCL YouTube page. Sorry. Um, uh, Another few things. Uh, If you have any pillows or props you would like to use for today's session, feel free to bring those in. Also, I should have said this in the beginning, but I'm Trent, and I'm with the Glitter Goddess Collective. Um, Also, we can't respond. Well, I can't respond to your body since it's virtual. So just be intentional about your posing. If something feels uncomfortable for you, you can feel free to take a child's pose or take a step away from your mat. Again, props like pillows and blankets, uh, having them around for some leverage and some comfortability will help for session if that's what you would like. And yeah, have some water by your side to stay hydrated. And with that being said, we're gonna get started. So I'm just gonna adjust the camera a bit. Okay. So making your way to your mat, sitting in your comfy seat. Sitting in your comfy seat, sitting up nice and tall, spine reaching nice and long, relaxing the shoulders, bringing some awareness to the breath. Inhaling what you need, exhaling what you don't. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly, with control, drop the head to the right side, right ear to right shoulder, engaging with the left sides of our neck. Breathing through our sensations here. And slowly, with control, rolling the head towards the front, bringing the chin towards the chest. Excuse me. Stretching the backs of our neck. And slowly, with control, rolling the head over to the left side. Stretching the right sides of our neck. Then slowly rolling the head forward, bringing the chin towards the chest. Once more, stretching the backs of our necks. And rolling to the right or left side, rolling the head all the way around, engaging with the muscles in our neck, bringing some awareness to the breath while rotating the head. And slowly, with control, reversing your rotation, going the other direction. Slowly, with control, bringing your rotation to stillness, bringing your spine back to center. And slowly, we're going to roll the shoulders back, opening up the chest, opening up the throat. Being mindful of the breath. And slowly bringing the rotation of your shoulders to stillness. We're just going to open up the arms wide and crossing over right or left, bending the left arm and dropping the right shoulder. Bringing that right arm as close to you as possible. Breathing through the right side or the right shoulder. And releasing, open up the arms wide. We're going to cross over left over right, bending the right arm, dropping the left shoulder. Bringing that left arm as close to us as possible, engaging with the left side or shoulder. And slowly, you can release the arms wide once more. And we're going to fix the arms, stretching them out long in front of us. We're just going to rotate the wrists. And reverse your rotation. Go in the other direction. And slowly, you can stop. Excuse me, not stop. You can release the rotation of the wrist. We're going to flip the palms here. Fingers facing us, forearms facing out, planting your palm into the floor or your mat, engaging with the forearms and the wrists. Engaging with the forearms and the wrists. Breathe into your sensations here. And feel free to add some heat to the forearms, ease up on the tension. From here, we're going to flip the palms. The backs of the palms will be facing the floor or your mat. Front of the palms facing towards the sky. And opening and closing the palms, creating a ball, a fist, to pulsate the wrist. Breathe into your sensations here. Flipping the palms once more, forearms facing out, fingers facing us, engaging with the forearms again. Adding some heat if there's any tension in your forearms. And you can release the wrist. Give the wrist a little shake or bring them together for a figure eight. And you can release. And however you want to get there, we'll slowly make our way into tabletop on all fours. So meet me in tabletop. And on all fours. Making sure we're stacked. Shoulders stacked above the wrists. And hips stacked above the knees. We're going to inhale, tucking the hips, slight lift of the chin. Breathing in for cow. Exhaling, releasing the hips, pushing to the floor and the upper back. For cat. Inhaling, tucking the hips, lifting the chin. For cow. Exhaling, pushing to the upper back. For cat. And feel free to do a couple cat cows on your own. Warming up your spine. And finishing up on your last cat or cow. Slowly bringing the spine back to neutral. Coming back to tabletop. We're going to rise up the right arm, opening up the right side. And keeping the hips where they are, we're going to dive the right arm under the left arm. Dropping the right shoulder to the floor or your mat for a twist here. breathe into your stretch, your sensations. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly make our way back into tabletop. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So rising up the left arm, opening up the left side, keeping the hips where they are. We're going to dive the left arm under the right, dropping the shoulder into the floor or your mat for a twist on the other side. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly make our way back into tabletop, coming onto all fours. And once you come back onto all fours, we're going to bring the big toes to touch. And we're going to widen our knees, spread them far apart, as far as you can go. And we're going to sit the hips down and back, stretching the arms out long. On our first child's pose. So I'm just going to adjust myself and face this way. And keeping this child pose here, we're just going to crawl both hands over to the right side, stretching the left side body. If you have any props or pillows with you that you would like to tuck in near your side, as you stretch to one side, feel free to do so as well at this time. When you're ready, we're going to crawl both hands over to the left side, stretching the right side body. And slowly, with control, calm the hands back to center. And if you want to adjust yourself to bring your legs even closer or widen your stance in your child's pose, feel free to do so at this time. And slowly, with control, coming back to tabletop, coming back to all fours. Coming back to all fours, making sure we're stacked. Shoulder stacked above the wrist, hips stacked above the knees. Still keeping this position here, we're just going to extend the left leg long, tucking the back toes. And we're just going to pulsate that back ankle, engaging with the whole left leg. And you can slowly bring this left leg back to meet the right. And we're going to extend the right leg, tuck the back toes. We do the same on the right side. So we're going to pulsate that right ankle, engaging with the whole right leg. And bring this right leg back to meet the left. From here, we're going to go into high plank. So going into your high plank, that means going onto the forearms, or keeping the knees on the mat and extending your core, keeping it strong, or coming to high plank. Whatever you choose to do, feeling strong in your high plank, with control, we're slowly going to lower down towards the floor or your mat. Keeping the left palm where it is, tucked on the outside of the left armpit. We're going to extend the right arm out long, rising up the left leg. We're going to place it over into our right back space for a twist. And on the last exhale, we're going to slowly bring this left leg back to meet the right. And we're going to release that right arm, tucking it on the outside of the right armpit. We're going to extend the left arm out long. Rising up the right leg, we're going to place it over to our left back space for a twist on the other side. Breathe into your sensations here. Being mindful of the breath. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly bring this right leg back to meet the left. Tucking the left palm on the outside of the left armpit. Pushing into the floor, slowly rising up the head, followed by the chin, chest, going into your up dog, cobra, or baby cobra. Engaging with the lower back. And slowly with control, going back down to the floor or your mat. Again, slowly rising up, pushing through the floor, going into your up dog or cobra or baby cobra. And slowly with control, lowering back down towards the floor or your mat. And slowly, when you're ready, pushing through the floor, rising the head up, rising up into your up dog or cobra or baby cobra. We're going to tuck the back toes, rise the knees off the floor, pushing up into and downward facing dog. Excuse me. Pushing up into the downward facing dog. Slight micro bend in the knees, pedaling the feet. And using your hands to walk towards your feet into a forward fold. Hanging heavy here. And slowly rising up to standing, keeping a slight micro bend in the knees. And once you reach standing, you can gently roll the shoulders back, opening up the chest, opening up the throat. And slowly bringing your rotation to stillness. You can relax the palms by your side. Feeling strong, feeling grounded. Inhaling what you need. Exhaling what you don't. Inhaling, rising the arms up above our heads, extended mountain pose. Exhaling, releasing the palms by our sides. Inhaling, rising the arms up, extended mountain pose. Exhaling, swan diving all the way down, hinging at the hips. For a forward fold. Inhaling, pressing on the shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, pressing on the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees. Belly on top of thighs. And crawling the hands into your high plank. So going into your high plank, feeling strong. And slowly with control, rolling down towards the floor or your mat. Chaturanga, rising up into up dog or cobra, or baby cobra. Engaging with the lower back. Tucking the back toes, we're going to rise the knees up off the floor, pushing up into a downward facing dog. Slight micro bend in the knees. And holding this downward facing dog, we're going to rise up the right leg, bend the right knee. And we're going to float this right knee towards the chest and gently drop this knee in between the palms. Going into high pigeon, or your pigeon. Or if you want to lay over your leg, you can do so as well. If you want to bring some pillows or cushions in, you can seat it under the right thigh for some support. Breathing through your sensations. Being mindful of the breath. And on your last exhale, we'll slowly rise up into high pigeon with control, slowly releasing that right leg, bringing it right leg back to meet the left. However you want to get there. Making our way back into tabletop. Coming back to all fours. We're going to tuck the back toes. And we're going to rise the hips up for another downward facing dog. Slight micro bend in the knees, pedal the feet. And keeping this downward facing dog here, we're going to rise up the left leg, bend the left knee. And we're going to float that left knee towards the chest. And gently, with control, drop it between the palms for your pigeon. On the other side. Excuse me. And if you have a pillow or a blanket or some cushion of some sorts, you can place it under your left thigh, some support. And on your last exhale, we're slowly going to rise up back into high pigeon. We're going to release this left leg back to meet the right. Coming back into tabletop, all fours. So meeting me back into tabletop once more. We're going to bring the big toes to touch. And we're going to sit our hips down into our child's pose or your child's pose. Stretching out the arms long. Come. And when you're ready, slowly knee to knee on our sits bones. You can also use this time to take a sip of water. Knee to knee on our sits bones. Once you made your way to a seated position, we're going to tuck in the left leg and keep the right leg extended nice and long. Sitting up nice and tall, spine reaching nice and long as well. Crawling the hands down the right leg, wrapping the shin of the foot, hinging at the hips. We're slowly going to lower our chest down towards our leg. And once you reach or felt like you reached your limit, feel free to round your spine. And slowly releasing, bringing the spine back to neutral. With the right palm, we're going to reach over, grabbing the left knee, rising at the left arm above our heads. We're going to slowly, with control, reach over to the right foot, stretching the whole left side. And slowly releasing, bringing the spine back to neutral. You can release the left leg, and we're going to tuck in the right. Tucking in the right leg, extending the left leg out long. Sitting up nice and tall, crawling the hands down the left leg, grabbing the shin or the foot, hinging at the hips, slowly lowering the chest towards the leg, using the breath as a guide to lower the chest closer and closer towards your leg. When you felt like you reached your limit, you can round the spine. And slowly, with control, releasing, bringing the spine back to neutral. With the left palm, we're going to reach over, grabbing the right knee, rising up the right arm, and reaching over with the right arm towards the left foot, stretching the right side body, breathing through your stretches, your sensations. And on your last exhale, you can release, bringing the spine back to neutral, releasing the right leg. And we're going to bend both of the knees so they're facing towards the sky. Still sitting up nice and tall, stretching the arms out long in front of us. And we're going to use our core here without straightening our legs, slowly lower ourselves down towards the floor or your mat. And once you reach the floor, you can windshield wipe the knees back and forth. And slowly bringing your rocking stillness, still keeping the knees bent. We're actually going to keep the right knee bent, but extend the left leg long. With the left palm, we're going to grab the outside of the right knee, and we're going to place that right knee over to the left side for a twist. Being mindful of the breath here, breathing through your sensations. And on your last exhale, you can release the right leg back to meet the left. You can bend the left knee, keeping the right leg out long. With the right palm, we're going to grab the outside of the left knee. And we're gonna place it over towards the right side. For a twist on the other side. Now on your last exhale, you can slowly release the left leg back to meet the right. And from here, we're going to bring the feet together like a prayer, opening up for incline butterfly. Now, if you have two pillows or cushions or props you would like to utilize now, you can place them under both knees. Place one pillow on one side, get another pillow, place it on the other side. And you can also place some cushion under your lower back if that feels nice for you. You can release your limbs into the floor, releasing the incline butterfly, palms by your side, lying here in Shavasana, corpse pose, not doing anything, except bringing some awareness back to the breath. Two slow inhales and exhales. wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, bringing some slight movement back to the body. Rolling to the right or left side, curling up for a moment of comfort, and then pushing up into a comfortable seat. Close for 4 breaths. When you're ready, meeting me in a comfortable seat. Excuse me. You can relax your hands on top of the knees. Bring the palms together at heart center, or place both palms on top of each other, on top of the heart. We're going to close for 4 breaths. A breath for our ancestors who was here before colonization. Breathing in. A breath for our indigenous ancestors who was also brought here before colonization. Before colonization. Breathing in. A breath to thank yourself for your practice today. Breathing in. And a breath for our virtual yoga community and PCL for bringing us together and the expansion of our yoga community. Breathing in. The loving human in me bows down to the loving human in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining today in today's practice session. I hope today's practice was good for everyone. I have a few announcements to make before I end it off. Just a few things. So we're asking our community to donate Venmo to our Involves New York. So that's EVLOVES dash New York. So they can continue distributing 3,000 platforms of meals weekly to families who need it and support in New York City. You can also visit their website as www.evolve.newyorkcity/support. Check out our Facebook and website for other virtual offerings next month. You can find us on our website at theglittergoddesses.org, and you can send us feedback on there. With that being said, I hope everyone had a good practice session today, and have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.